Hey there, We Can't Wrestle podcast listeners. If you haven't noticed, we have switched our server to Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So go ahead, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Highly recommended by me and everybody else here at the We Can't Wrestle podcast. Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to the We Can't Wrestle podcast. Nate, Aaron, and Kyle here with you for another edition of the show, and today's a very special edition of the show because it is the first ever We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame. We all picked some wrestlers, gimmicks, angles, storylines, anything's eligible as long as it's in professional wrestling. The worst of the worst. It's the first edition of the We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame, and I think it's going to be fun. Gentlemen, what's going on out there?
Nothing much.
After tonight, you're going to hate pro wrestling. This is the fucking bottom of the goddamn barrel.
The bottom of the barrel, the worst of the worst, the Hall of Shame. And there's going to be one person out there that hears every one of these and goes, "But I liked that," or "I liked that guy." and you're wrong.
Look, I fucking got so depressed making up this list. Then you look back.
Yeah, well, you look back and you realize that sometimes it's hard being a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
It's a real love. It's a passion. Like, wrestling fans, I think, deserve, as for fandom, I think wrestling fans almost deserve the highest honor of respect, because we put up with some real fucking shit to get to the good stuff.
I want the Warrior Award for watching some of this shit. I want to go to the fucking
You can't have the Warrior Award.
Why?
Both your legs work and you don't have the cancer.
Oh, not yet.
But before we start the Hall of Shame, we're going to do the Hall of Shame pre-show. And what that's going to consist of is Aaron has the 1992 edition?
Yes.
The 1992 edition of the PWI 500. And before we started recording, Kyle and I both randomly picked numbers between 1 and 500.
Some of the people on the cover of this PWI are Sting, Hulk Hogan, Rick Steiner, Ricky Steamboat, Jerry Lawler, Steve Austin, Ric Flair, The Ultimate Warrior, and the Macho Man. And by the numbers you guys picked, we're not going to be talking about any of them.
But we picked the numbers at random from 1 through 500, and Aaron is going to randomly give us those guys, and we're going to see if we have anything to discuss about any of these yahoos in the PWI 500 from 1992.
And I would like to also, real quick, guys, as I'm scanning the crowd, I'm seeing a lot of dignitaries out there, people that are here to see their fellow Hall of Shamers go in, and it's a who's that of wrestling. I've seen such people as Outback Jack, Fake Razor,
Herb
Abrams.
Some of these people may be getting inducted tonight and don't even know it.
Herb Abrams, he's out there. Dink. I saw the Goon. Mae Young's Hand. Coach Buzz Stern. Zeus is here. Wildcat Willie. The Macho Midget. And Rocco the Puppet. They're all here tonight.
So
to see their fellow fuckheads going.
Now, real
into
quick,
the hall.
before we get to the shit and we get to our random numbers, can I make a request?
Yes.
Since, Aaron, you have the 1992 edition of the PWI Top 500, can we get a quick rundown of the top 10?
Top 10?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is going against what we normally do here, but in 1992, do you want it from 10 to 1 or 1 to 10?
10 to 1.
10 to 1. Steve Austin in at number 10. The Ultimate Warrior in at number 9. Scott Steiner in at number 8. Jerry the King Lawler in at number 7. Rick Steamboat in at number 6. Bret Hart in at number 5. Ravishing Rick Rude in at number 4. The Nature Boy Ric Flair in at number 3. Number 2 was Randy Savage. And number 1 was the man they call Sting.
Well,
there you go.
None of which will be appearing here tonight.
They are far away from this.
They are far away.
far away. Far away. So
I also think it's amazing that all these people got like a day off. They all got the same day off from their jobs.
It's amazing.
To be here.
Who's making the French fries?
Who's washing them cars this summer?
Damn.
Not Dink. He does the undercarriage, you know.
He washes Power Wheels.
But let's start with Kyle's numbers. He ran.
Okay. We'll start at Kyle's number that's on this page. It is 265. Kyle picked number 265, and I'll read their biography, so it's not very long. It is Buddy Rose.
The Playboy Buddy Rose?
Playboy Buddy Rose.
Damn, I didn't even know he was still wrestling in 92.
He's 6 foot. At this time, he was 6 foot, 399 pounds. And his his little blurb is, "Oh heavens, the rings quake as the former Playboy steps through the ropes." Won the AWA Tag Team title with Doug Summers in 1987. He once weighed 217 pounds.
Those days are long gone.
He ballooned up.
Well, for those of you that don't know, that didn't see it, what you need to do is go to YouTube. You can pause our show or you can write this down, whatever you want to do. Go to YouTube and watch the Buddy Rose Blowaway Diet from the WWF in the late 80s. Whoa.
Good stuff.
All right.
Go watch the Rockers versus Doug Summers and Buddy Rose.
That's good shit.
And then go watch the Blowaway Diet and see what McDonald's does to it, man.
Rockers and Rose and Summers is the only good shit in the AWA during that time period.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've discussed that on a prior show.
And at this time in 1992, he had 19 years in the business. So
I have to say, I hear a lot of people rave about Buddy Rose in Portland, and that's one territory I have seen next to nothing of, so I don't know a whole lot about it, but apparently he was a really good heel in Portland.
Yes. The next number on Kyle's list was 375, and this is the man that I've heard his name, but I've never seen anything of him that I know of, and it's Ron Powers. In 1992, he was 6 foot 2 inches, 255 pounds, and he had 3 years in the business, and he was the fastest rising star in the Windy City, currently in a violent feud with Ron Valentino. Brutal, but knows all the rudimentary holds. Also had a grudge with the Junkyard Dog.
Oh, the dog.
Over a cocaine deal. What I understand.
I'm sure he was hoping to rise up those ranks, but
did not happen.
Yeah, that's another. That I agree with you, Aaron. That's a name that I always heard, but never actually saw the dude. So don't know jack shit about him. All I know about Ron Powers is what you just read to me.
What I know about Ron Powers is he was number 375 in the PWI 500 in 1992.
And then the last number on what?
I was gonna say that would be fucking funny to like your number 375 in the PWI. It's like facts about this man. It was number 375 in the PWI 500 1992. Like, fuck.
The next number that Kyle picked was 100, and this is a guy that we do know a little bit about. It is Mike Graham, and in 1992, he was 5'8".
The Keebler Elf of professional wrestling, Mike Graham.
I think his weight was a little inflated here because it says he was 232 pounds. And he had been in the business for 16 years, and in 1991, he was rated 184. So apparently he did something to really jump up a little bit, and the former NWA light heavyweight champion is now a WCW favorite. No, he wasn't. Also a former Florida heavyweight champion, and his father was the legendary Eddie Graham, and he's purely scientific and clean.
And he looks like he plays the old guy in a porn movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was very hygienic. He was scientific
and clean. So fresh, so clean, Mike Graham.
Anything on Mike Graham?
His finishing maneuver, the Graham Cracker.
And he apparently told Eric Bischoff everything that he needed to do.
Yes.
To win the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
Hey Eric, you should hire Hulk Hogan. Hey, Eric, you should go on Monday nights on TNT. I think Ted Turner would love that. Hey Eric, we got so many clashes. You should just get rid of them.
Hey Eric.
Hey Mike, you probably would have got the job if you would have said all that.
Hey Eric, I was eating a bowl of alphabet the other day, and 3 little letters rose up, and it was NWO.
And I was like, new world order. Mike Graham.
He had the stupidest fucking arm tattoos too.
Well, this is a look back at crappy things edition of the show. So we will be shitting on dead people today. Just so that's out there, folks. All right.
Like a dog at a cemetery.
All right, now we're going with my numbers, right?
Was this as funny as I thought it was?
Yes, that was funny. That's gonna be the catchphrase of the Hall of Shame. Like a dog in a cemetery, we'll probably be shitting on dead people.
I don't think any of my people are dead, but that's okay.
I have a couple of corpses.
Nate, you picked 263.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a guy that I fucking hate.
Oh. Well, that's keen.
He's 5'10". He weighs 242 pounds. He's at this time been wrestling 24 years.
Jesus.
And in 1991, he was listed at 269, and he is Ivan Putski.
Ivan Putski, former World Wrestling Federation or Worldwide Wrestling Federation champion. No.
Wasn't a World Wrestling Federation champion.
For a Worldwide Wrestling Federation tag team champion.
Ivan Putski was garbage. Fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Polish Power.
He never did anything. He never did anything that entertained me ever.
Yeah.
Not even the shit on TNT. And usually even fuck-offs were entertaining on TNT just because the show was so crazy.
Yeah, he was bad by 70s standards. Like WWF 70s standards. He was terrible. Like, I don't think I can say this about anybody else, but I'd rather watch a Chief J Strongbow match
Oof.
than fucking Ivan Putski. But his little blurb is, the Polish Power is still alive and well. But nearing the end of his career, one of the most popular stars in WWF history, Son Scott is the current GWF North American champion.
Now, I got a question for you. When it says the Polish Power is still alive, is there a question mark after that? Like he's fucking shocked?
He's still. I just put the pause in there because I thought it was funny.
Well, I didn't know if it was like a statement or like a question like, I can't fucking believe.
Yeah, he was pretty bad.
Not a fan of the Polish Power. Hold on, I gotta flip to Nate's next number because whoever's next is way up higher than him. This is actually interesting. Number 79, Nate. You picked number 79,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a very young Sabu.
Oh.
Sabu at this time.
Pre-ECW Sabu.
He was 6 foot, 220 pounds. He had been in the business for 2 years, and in 1991, he was listed at 389.
At this
So
time,
this motherfucker made some strides, man.
I was going to say at this time he was probably working Japan with his uncle, I assume. This was when he was
This is what they're going to say.
still working with the Sheik. And
his blurb. Oh, go ahead.
we don't talk about ECW a lot on the show. Well, I mean we do, but we don't talk about the good things about ECW a lot on the show. When we don't, so we have not discussed Sabu a lot on this show, and I have to say, like, back then, if you see it now, the younger wrestling fans, if you see Sabu now, it's not going to make an impact on you because of what wrestling is now. All the high spots and all the craziness.
Oh, I still pop when I watch him.
I know, I'm talking about the younger. But what I'm saying is, if you lived through seeing Sabu for the first time and you lived through what wrestling was at that time, Sabu was fucking revolutionary. Sabu was like nothing you'd ever seen before. Like, this dude's fucking crazy.
He was also the only guy that could just fuck up midstream.
Yeah.
And then reset it up, and everybody was just like, it's okay.
Yeah,
His blurb is, we're surprised there's anything left of this man.
Mm-hmm.
Wild trainee of the Sheik engaged in bloodfest after bloodfest in Japan, and he teamed with Horace Boulder to win the FMW Tag Team title.
Well, there you go. But yeah, Sabu was something special when he came along, and
speaking of like the last thing, like when you would get like videos or whatever of like FMW, you look at it now and you're like, ugh, I don't know if I want to watch that.
Yeah.
You know, but like 15, 16-year-old me, like
watching Mr. Pogo blow somebody up.
Yeah, like some guy just some like fat Asian lady just like cutting another Asian lady up with like a fucking sickle and shit. You're like, this is amazing. And you look at it now and you're like, yeah, like you can still watch it, but it's not the same thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like that meme I sent you with Elmo and the atomic bomb going off, and Elmo being all like, oh my god, and being like, when you're 15 and you see ECW, or when you're 13 and you see ECW for the first time. You know? Oh, hey, he's not on anybody's number, but you know they'd have like pictures of random guys in the 500.
Mm-hmm.
One of my guys is 422. It's Chris Candido. That wasn't anybody's number, but the last number is 450. Mm-hmm. And we're going to see who that is. I'm going to find it. Sorry. What a letdown.
Is it Virgil?
No. I'll look at the number he was, though. This is Thunderfoot 2.
Thunderfoot 2. Are these the Thunder Feet from the NWA?
No, listen. Oh. It's funny. This is Thunderfoot 2.
I'm sorry. Hold on just a second. Was it or was it not a missed opportunity? Like when they were say Thunderfoot 1 and Thunderfoot 2. Was it not a missed opportunity not to call them the Thunder Feet?
Or left and right.
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. When I see it on the old Crockett shows.
When you said that, when you asked if it was the ones from the Crockett's, this is funny because it says Thunderfoot 2, 5'11", 231 pounds. Not the original Thunderfoot 2, but an talented grappler. Never speaks without his mask, rarely without his partner. Remains in the IWA.
All right. Well, that's enough about him.
Conrad Thompson said something funny on What Happened When.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were watching a Nitro and Super Callow came out. And he said that he could not believe that when Vince Russo showed up, that they never made a masked luchador named Expialidocious. So the tag team would be Super Callow Expialidocious.
Jesus Christ.
And that shit popped, man. That was funny.
So did you pick 3 numbers?
No, because I didn't want anybody to think I was like, padding. So you guys can just pick one more random number each, and I'll read it.
All right. I'm going to pick... Let's go with... I want to get it to where it's probably going to be somebody that I at least can comment on. So I won't go in like the 400 to 500 range. So let's go with 286.
286?
Yes.
All right, let me flip to that page. 286. Pick another one.
Oh.
I don't even know that guy. Somebody named Tommy Jammer.
Tommy Jammer. What a name. He probably had a mullet. No, I picked my number. I'll live with it. Tell us about Tommy Jammer.
Tommy, what was the number again? Sorry.
286.
286 is Tommy Jammer. Has honed his rapidly developing skills in the PWA and the AWA. Handsome looks have made him a favorite among female fans. He's known as the California Kid.
The California Kid, Tommy Jammer. Pick another number, Kyle.
All right, let's go with 69, because it's a sex thing.
Well, it's... number 69.
Oh.
It's gonna be good.
It's because of who it is. You can't look at the current, like the 92 gimmick, but what it was. I'll remind everybody what your number was.
69.
It's Papa Shango.
It was foreshadowing in the PWI 500.
Oh shit.
That's good stuff.
Oh, they're not very nice to him though.
Oh.
It says Papa Shango. You all know about it, so we won't complain about it here. This main event pushes less than any other wrestler in history.
Damn.
Normally known as a Soul Taker in Global. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, damn.
Like, this guy didn't even, like, kayfabe.
Charles Wright must have pissed Bill Apter off.
He was like, fuck this guy.
Because Bill Apter usually sucks everybody's ass.
He made me pay for Poon at the Security Lounge.
I thought I was going to get the pussy for free.
Yeah.
Because I'm Bill Apter.
He made me pay more than Abby does for steak at his restaurant. You guys want to pick two more numbers? Then we'll take a break and get on with the main events?
Yes, we can do that.
All right. So this was a good idea. You guys like this?
It's fun.
It's fun?
It's fun.
Nate, pick one more number.
We're going to pick number 302.
302.
Yeah. I like hearing about them obscure indie fuckers anyway. Glenn Osborne.
Who looked like a giant midget.
Yes, he did.
302
Yeah, 302.
is Destruction.
Destruction.
Forms the Black Hearts with fellow masked man Apocalypse. For a large man can perform incredible aerial maneuvers. Managed by Luna Vachon. Increasingly sadistic.
I wonder if he was David Heath.
Maybe. Or it was another name for Tom Nash. It's one of those. I don't know which one.
Yeah. Kyle?
Kyle, you got one more.
All right. We fucking heard the top 10. We've heard random numbers. Let's finish it out with number 500.
Hey. I see one of your buddies. Not one of your buddies. You don't know him, but one of your favorites. 3020 was TNT.
Savio?
Yeah, he's carving up Carlos in the picture.
Fuck yeah.
Go ahead. Kyle,
Let's round it out with who is the worst in 1992. Number 500.
Number 500?
Yep.
All right, number 500 was Morgus the Maniac.
Morgus the Maniac.
Yes, he was straight-jacketed, raving lunatic dashes to the ring accompanied by a doctor and a nurse. Little skill. To call this man ridiculous would be an insult to ridiculous people.
Little skill.
Yeah, they said to call this man ridiculous
Sad
would be
Morgus.
an insult to ridiculous people.
Sad
And
Morgus.
just so you guys know, Virgil,
No.
somebody asked about that before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Virgil in 1992 was ranked 74.
Which is how many dollars he'll charge you to give him an autograph.
74.
Freaking Virgil.
I want to see real quick, and then if you guys don't mind, we'll take a break.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Guess who they ranked, Nate?
Mm.
You're gonna be mad. You're not drinking anything right now, are you?
No.
Guess who they ranked right above Virgil, or right below Virgil, 1992?
Right below, so at number 75, right?
Number 75.
Right below Virgil is...
Lightning Kid.
What? Well, I mean, I guess technically
Sabu was 79. So they said Sabu was like 5 underneath Virgil.
then Lightning Kid was just underneath Virgil, but he hadn't come to the WWF yet.
Yeah. So I guess it is what it is.
You know what I gotta say? We'll take the break. We'll take our break here in just a second. As much as I am not a big fan of that guy, and as much as, you know, we give him a lot of criticism nowadays for his indie wrestling appearances and stuff.
He was almost the Forrest Gump of wrestling.
For a small period of time from maybe January to May or June of 1991, that dude was fucking over.
He was over because of Roddy Piper.
He was over because of Ted DiBiase being opposite him, but he was fucking over. Like, people pop for that son of a bitch.
Yeah, but
Unfortunately, the fucking shine worn off real quick.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm saying it was only like a 6-month period, but during that initial storyline with DiBiase, people were into that dude.
And he's been living off that for...
Yes, he has. Almost 30 years later.
Yep.
Been living off food stamps for... But no, it's like I told you when I told you guys about that Thunder when Larry Zbyszko was like, this guy's the greatest politician in wrestling, man. He don't care. One day he's a cowboy, and the next day he's this. Just wherever the wind goes, brother.
And ain't that the truth?
Yeah, it was like the most honest like commentary thing I've heard ever. It was just oh.
All right, well, pre-show's over, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back here on the We Can't Wrestle podcast, we are going to have our main event. It is the first ever We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame.
It's emceed by the terrible Chris Cruz.
Oh, my God.
You know, like Mean Gene did it.
Oh, my God, he's here. Morgus the Maniac is here.
Oh, my God.
500.
You don't got it.
You never had it. All right.
There's ever an appropriate time for you. We can't wrestle.
There you go. That being said, we will be right back with more
You still suck. You still suck. You still suck.
We will be right back with more of the We Can't Wrestle podcast right after this.
Pick.
All right, wrestling fans, welcome back to the We Can't Wrestle podcast. Nate, Aaron, and Kyle here with you for the first edition of the We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame, which is brought to you by our sponsor, the Motley Soup Podcast, which I am also a host of, and you can listen to on the same platform you are listening to this podcast on right now with my beautiful wife and co-host, Kendall. Her and I do that show as well, so check that one out too. That one more about popular culture and more just different things on that show. So
I gotta tell you though, I'm kind of disappointed that it's not actually soup.
It's not actually soup?
It's not actually soup.
No, it's not actually soup. I'm sorry. Although it can get a little chunky at times, but
I like chunky.
So it is the Hall of Shame for the We Can't Wrestle podcast. We have some inductees to induct into this prestigious hall. And who did you say our host was, Aaron?
Chris Cruz.
Chris Cruz, yes. I hate this. It's the Hall of Shame. I'm Chris Cruz. I look like Gordon Sully's son, but I'm nothing like Gordon Sully.
You know what the actual theme song of our Hall of Fame should be?
What's that?
I know you were talking about like the...
Yeah.
You know? It should be this. I don't know why, but
that's even more funny when you think about like them panning the crowd.
Yeah,
like you still have like the respect and the drama, you know, but like people are like
dink, waving at people.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Who's going first?
So I'm going to let Aaron go first, then Kyle, then me.
All right.
Are we doing them like you do one, I do one, you
Yes.
do one?
Yes.
All right.
Aaron, you're first inductee. This will be the official first inductee into the We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame.
Well, coming to the stage right now to induct these fucking people. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage famed wrestling promoter Jim Herd. Come on out, Jim Herd. You fucking slug. Get out here. So, Jim Herd comes out eating a pizza pie, and he's going to induct the Ding Dongs.
Oh. What an ill-advised, terrible, horrific... Like, that one was so bad, like, the people turned on it the minute it started.
Yes.
Like, if you watch that Clash of Champions, like, they come out, and they're supposed to be baby faces, and the music's all high beat and stuff, people are like, boo! And wasn't that even at the one they did at the military base with all the military people? Yeah. I think they were one and done, too. I don't think they ever appeared again.
They had a little bit. They thought it was going to get over, and then they started jobbing out on a couple things, and then that was it.
Poor Jim Ross having to put it over.
Yes, as they would come out to the stage, this is what would be playing. That was their theme.
Jim Herd was like, "This is a good idea. This is gonna beat Vince McMahon."
Fucking ding dong.
What a load of horse shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they didn't even. You know what the worst part about the whole thing is? They had
a bad team.
They had this shitty gimmick. Okay, this horrible gimmick. And they didn't even go 100% with it. Like, they just put the guys in orange jumpsuits and orange masks. Like, they didn't give them. There wasn't any bells printed on their suits, and they didn't even
had the white bells.
They didn't even go all the way with it.
They had bells attached to their costumes later on, and they had the bell on the turnbuckle post that they rang incessantly during the match.
Fucking ding dongs.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty fitting inaugural inductee, the Ding Dongs.
The Ding Dongs, ladies and gentlemen.
And the thing is, like, I want to say this, in certain things, I don't want to downplay the people, the guys. You know what I mean?
The wrestlers, yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't want to downplay the wrestlers in this aspect because they were fundamentally sound wrestlers. They weren't bad, but the gimmick...
Asinine.
It was just terrible.
It was asinine. Yeah. It was stupid. So there you have it, the Ding Dongs.
Ding Dongs.
The first inductees into the We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame. Kyle, who is our next inductee?
We're going to go to WCW, and it is the Mortal Kombat Ninjas in WCW.
The Mortal Kombat...
Sure,
oh.
Mortis,
Blood Runs Cold?
Blood Runs Cold. Before the NWO came about, that was going to be Eric Bischoff's next big thing. That was his next big idea for professional wrestling.
Who in the fuck ever thought ninjas?
Which is when they were inducted, like Coach Buzz Stern would have stood up and applauded. Walked up and got his award.
They put so much fucking hype into fucking Glacier. And then you had fucking Mortis, and you had Raph. And you had the cat.
And that's the thing. It's like, oh, Glacier, who's supposed to be a ninja, okay, and is supposed to move super fast and have ninja-like ability. For one, a Glacier moves super slow. And then you have Mortis, who's like Skeletor, you know, and out. If it would have been in anything else, he had a like the Mortis costume and everything looked cool.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have Wrath,
Atom Bomb,
who's Brian Clark, who's one of my least favorite wrestlers of all time. And you have like all the like Glacier, Mortis, Wrath, the Cat. That doesn't work.
Well, and what was most ridiculous about it all is the fact that they tried to have like a Mortal Kombat-esque storyline. Like, oh, Glacier and Mortis are mortal enemies.
and on top of that, like wasn't like.
The
like,
only good thing that came out of it was James Vandenberg.
the whole thing was also like a shit stain on white underwear, because the rest of the whole show with the NWO and all that had moved on to this reality-based kind of wrestling, and then these guys were all like isolated in their own little cartoon world. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like
They were WCW was weird in '96.
Then they had to be like, ladies and gentlemen, this is a martial arts exhibition. Like, no, it's not.
This is a stupid exhibition, is what it is.
The fuck am I watching? It's fine if you want to have a ninja wrestler, but a whole goddamn division of it?
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go that far. Russo, you know, we got the Ninja Championship, bro.
Hey,
And once again, other than Wrath, all pretty talented guys.
Yeah. Canyon, James Vandenberg,
Yeah.
the Cat.
Glacier.
oh, I know.
Like Ray Lloyd. Ray Lloyd was a capable, sound wrestler. He
Mhm.
He wasn't ever going to be like, you know, the world champion or whatever.
Good
but
hand.
He was a capable, sound wrestler.
He was like a Val Venus. He was a good hand.
Or a Bob Holly or something like that, you know?
Let's take wrestlers who are good at what they do and put a bunch of shit on them to fucking constrict them.
Hmm.
That's a great fucking idea.
And then, honestly, I met Ray Lloyd, and Nate met Ray Lloyd, and
Nice guy.
he was a nice guy, man. He was personable and had a conversation that he didn't need to have with us. Just was a cool dude, you know?
Yep.
But fucking blood runs cold.
Or how about the fact?
It's,
How about the fact
leaking
that
anus.
How about the fact that they fucking did the ninja thing like 4 years after fucking Mortal Kombat? It wasn't even fucking popular.
It's kind of like WWF did the Fat Boys after the Fat Boys weren't popular. And yeah, they called them Men on a Mission, but essentially the WWF did the Fat Boys playing tag team. That was the Fat Boys as tag team in Men on a Mission.
One of the best Raw moments, though, ever was
Fat Boy died.
Heard Fat Boy died? Yeah,
What?
Fat Boy died.
One of the Fat Boys. The Fat Boy
He
died.
didn't even say one of the Fat Boys.
Well, no, he
said
says
Fat
he
Boy
says Fat Boy died, and Lawler goes Fat Boy, and Vince goes, yeah, one of the Fat Boys, Fat Boy. It's a stupid conversation.
Did you listen to Jim Cornette's drive-through this week?
Yes,
We talked about Oscar rapping to Vince as he walked out of an elevator.
yes.
And it was the first time Vince had ever seen a rapper. And he was like, this is what we need to do. He's a real rapper. He just developed a gimmick out of this guy, Oscar,
Good
who
Lord.
I still say when I saw him.
He hates your fucking guts.
Yeah, he was mean mugging me the entire time. Both times, because he was at the second one. I felt like that guy was mean mugging me the entire time, but I still feel like I never heard him say it, but I think he says feets.
Feats.
He's like, man, my feet hurt today. So, yeah, you ever met that plurals words are supposed to be plural?
Yep.
He looks like he'd be like, I I can't go out tonight. My feet's hurt. Who's next?
All right, my first inductee. The next inductee into the We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame is another tag team. We've already seen the Ding Dongs inducted tonight.
Blood Runs Cold is technically a tag team.
Yes, with Wrath and Mortis.
Two tag teams.
2 tag teams. Damn, it's all tag teams. This is a really shitty tag team. And they're annoying as fuck. And they're both dead. But that's okay.
Public Enemy.
Public Enemy. Annoys the ever-loving shit out of me.
They're garbage.
All right, yeah. The Public Enemy. Rocco Rock and Johnny Grunge. I don't get it. I don't understand why. I don't understand why they were so popular in ECW. They were fucking garbage.
I was just gonna say they're even one of those things that, you know, when you take it out of ECW, it doesn't, like, you know, there's things that when you take it out of ECW, it doesn't work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But it works in ECW, like Mikey Whipwreck didn't work in WCW. For one, WCW didn't know what to do with the character, but two, that was an ECW character.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Mikey Whipwreck's enjoyable in ECW. Like, when he was with Mick, and then they started feuding, and he was just like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, like, why? Like, why is this happening? It all worked. Or, like, when he was like, hey, Mikey, you want to fight the Public Enemy? And he's like, no. You know, like that. But the Public Enemy didn't even work in ECW.
No, it's terrible.
They were a fucking entrance. That's all they were.
Oh, hey, Rocco!
Oh, Johnny!
All they were was they were just an entrance. That's all they were.
I don't know. I just like, and the worst part is, like, in the reality of things, if you really, really break it down and you watch, Ted Petty was actually a pretty good wrestler.
That's the thing. Like, everyone
Johnny Grunge was fucking terrible. Like, either way,
everyone's like, Ted Petty was a good guy. They're like, Johnny Grunge was a piece of shit.
Ted Petty was a good worker. And they got paired up with these guys, and the closest thing I could compare them to would be like the Nasty Boys, you know, where Brian Knobbs wasn't the best wrestler in the world, but Jerry Sass could cut it up, you know?
Yeah.
Jerry Sass was a decent, good...
But at least those two were both entertaining together.
And that's what I was going to say. Brian Knobbs was entertaining. Personality-wise, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if he had to, he could have a passable match. But Johnny Grunge was a fat slug, and
the gimmick's terrible. It's annoying.
The gimmick is fucking annoying.
So there you go. Public Enemy, the next inductee into the Hall of Shame. Aaron, who's your next inductee?
My next inductee is being inducted by Manny Fernandez. Let's bring up Manny. Wave to the crowd, Manny. Hey.
What's up, motherfuckers?
And
right, that's enough waving, Manny. Come on.
And he is going to induct a man that he was in the foxhole with, and that is the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant.
Woo! Mercy, Daddy.
Bring him to the stage, the Boogie Woogie Man.
The Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant. Tough stuff, man. So I'll let you start, Aaron. Let everybody know why the Boogie Woogie Man is your inductee.
Because he's a fucking piece of garbage. I've never seen the guy do anything that I enjoyed. Ever. Watching him out there just... like, who wants to hear this?
Mercy, Daddy.
Who wants to hear it?
Oh, mercy.
No, he's not. No, he isn't. Well, he's probably gonna give you chlamydia. He ain't neat. He ain't sweet either. No, it probably swept you into his van.
He slipped you off your feet because he gave you a fucking rupee.
And you know, it's funny because he doesn't, I don't know, a lot of people have an affinity for...
together, daddy.
Yeah,
if you want to see how terrible, just fucking horrible that guy is, watch the extended cut of him living in the streets talking about fucking Manny Fernandez and then Big Mama showing up in her goddamn station wagon and scoop him off the street. It's fucking garbage. The guy's fucking terrible. I saw him at a fan fest and he should have gave me $20 just for being there with him.
I don't have anything to add to that.
Nope.
You sound like me when I talk about Ronnie Garvin.
Fucking hate the Boogie Woogie Man.
All right, so we just Aaron just kicked the Boogie Woogie Man. Aaron just kicked the Boogie Woogie Man in the ass off the stage. The fuck out of here, Boogie Woogie Man! You worthless piece of shit.
Yeah. And he wasn't even fucking Nom. That's the other thing. Heart. Don't go out there and say you've got a purple heart if you don't have a purple heart.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Stone cold piece of shit.
Stone cold piece of shit.
Kyle.
Yes.
Who is your next inductee into the Hall of Shame?
It is not a person. It actually spans a lot of people. I'm going to preface this by saying that the original perpetrator of this, it was a great example of somebody trying to take a horrible situation and brought class to it, brought professionalism to it. Unfortunately, every goddamn wrestling company has been has done this. They have, and that is using the Owen Hart voice during injury angles.
Yeah.
Using the what?
The
Owen voice, the
somber
Jim Ross did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's tasteless. And the WWE even did it after. You know, they did it like they did it with the China thing when China hurt her neck.
So there's so many people who are they're guilty of it. I want to preface it by saying that Jim Ross on that night did a fantastic job of trying to remain as a professional, and unfortunately, even today, that they still go back and they use that.
Mm-hmm.
You saw like when the guy's like, this is a part of the show.
Yep.
They're very somber and quiet. Yeah.
Like how Michael Cole is every time he opens up Raw. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Monday Night Raw.
This is going to be a tragic event that none of us want to relive.
Nobody wants to see a Baron Corbin, but things like this happen. And
it's not part of the show.
He's just here.
Here.
In his bartender outfit.
He's just
that
here.
Lousy piece of fucking shit. He's not in my Hall of Shame class.
He's on his break from Applebee's.
He's not in my Hall of Fame shame class, but he will be someday. I fucking hate Baron Corbin. God.
Baron Corbin, like he's waving to the crowd, like there he is, future Hall of Shamer Baron Corbin.
Oh wait, hold on.
You're gonna let us all down at WrestleMania 37. You're gonna have a bad night, man. You're gonna have a bad night.
Surefire first ballot Hall of Shamer. Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin. Sitting right next to that piece of shit Leo Rush. Hey.
All right. Next on my next induction is not a wrestler. It is.
You didn't ask Kyle if he was done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
The next one on my list is next induction is not a wrestler. It's actually an angle. And
I feel like I overachieved by having inductors.
You did. The next one for me is an angle, not a wrestler, but it is the Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero angle.
Oh, fuck.
Terrible.
Fucking horrible.
Unneeded. Unnecessary.
Is that where he was like, oh...
He's
Eddie's
not up
dead.
there. He's down there or whatever, yeah. Unnecessary. Like, you didn't need to do it to get the heat. You know what I mean? Randy Orton's a good enough heel. He doesn't need cheap, dirty fucking heat like that.
And didn't he, blow up a lowrider or something, too?
Yeah.
Well, and the thing that pisses me off the most is that, they say, oh, well, Eddie would have loved to have been in one last angle. Like, no.
Not
fucking
that.
It was horrible.
Not
fucking,
that.
Apologize and be like, guys, that was tasteless. But don't fucking double down, circle the wagons, and be like, no.
Oh, they double down. They double down. That's what they do. They just double down. But, yeah, that whole deal, and I'm a guy who for a lot of years, and even today to a certain extent, I have defended a lot of what Vince McMahon and the WWF/WWE has done and said, it's entertainment, fucking lighten up Dave Meltzer, et cetera, put your dick back in your pants, Dave, it's not that big a deal. But that thing was just, I don't know, the thing that was the worst about it was it wasn't even necessary to get the heat. You know what I mean? Like, you can just, people are already behind Ray. The Eddie Guerrero inference is already there. We already know what's going on. You didn't need to do that to put heat on the angle. You just did it. And it was classless, and it was tasteless, and it was stupid. That's all I got to say about that.
Yep.
All right,
Aaron.
I'm gonna see if you guys get the joke in this. Coming up next on the stage is our next inductor. Let's bring up Roman Reigns. Hello, Roman Reigns. Come to the stage. Thank you. And Roman Reigns is going to induct into the WWE or the WCW, the We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame, PN News. Do you get the joke there?
No.
There's always that random thing that's like John Cena's inducting the refrigerator William Perry, or inducting this person, there's always that random thing of why is this person inducting this person? So you get
now
it now?
Now I get it.
Yeah, Roman Reigns he's inducting PN News.
Yo baby, yo.
Yeah. No baby, no.
Word up, Nikita Koloff will be taking on Sting.
Up in the ring. Yeah, fucking garbage. We don't have to go too much into this guy.
You know what? PN News should have come to the ring to? Set adrift on Memory Bliss.
I was gonna have the fat black guy from that group induct him, but
PM Dawn. You could have had it be the big guy from PM Dawn, or even Heavy D. And Heavy D could have brought the boys.
Heavy D's dad.
Oh, I thought he just lost a foot to diabetes. Sorry, Heavy D.
He lost his life to breathlessness. Heavy D is dead. Which I didn't know until 2 weeks ago, because I was watching Law and Order and he showed up. I'm like, that's fucking Heavy D.
And so you Wikipedia'd him? Yeah. I Wikipedia shit all the time. I'm like, oh, what's up with that? Where's that guy at?
Yeah, then you get lost in this fucking
the wormhole of
Wikipedia. Like, you're like, oh, is Heavy D dead? And then by the time you're done, you've like learned everything about Hitler.
Yeah, I now know how to properly stuff a sausage. Gordon Ramsay would be proud. All right.
PN News, complete garbage. He's still alive. PN News is. He's still
he was also Cannonball Grizzly in
Germany, and he was apparently super over.
And he wasn't he also like the cousin or brother of Mantar? Aren't him and Mantar related?
If not, they should be.
I'm pretty sure they are. I think they're like cousins or brothers or something. PN News and Mantar.
Like, PN News was so bad that Tony Schiavone laughed at the guy on national television. He was just like, yeah, and like he didn't even rap good. Like, if it would have been passable, good rap.
Yeah. It might have worked.
Yeah, like Men on a Mission, he made fun of him, but at least Oscar could
rap. Yeah, he could rap.
It was like
Oscar could lock the flow.
I don't know what that means, but it was 1994, like junior high, middle school white people rap, but at least it was what it was. Like, he wasn't out there like, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. You know?
That would have been better.
Oh, yeah.
If Men on a Mission would, when they turned heel, if they would have went gangsta rap, maybe that would have worked.
Yeah. Like, diesel ain't Sean but hoes and...
Mo doggy dog in the house. Mo doggy dog.
Diesel ain't Sean ain't hoes but tricks.
Whatever.
I can't, you know what I'm saying.
Mo changes his name to Mo Doggy Dog, and Mabel is now Dr. May. And now this has gone off the rails.
Yes. We're about to induct ourselves.
It's going longer than the goddamn Maxwell Hall of Fame.
Kyle, what do you got?
What's next, Kyle?
All right. I'm going to give you guys a little piece of something and tell them if you know where this is from.
Which is what Ric Flair has said to a lot of women before.
But if you got 21, I've got one of those. If you got 22, I got two of those as well.
Jake the Snake Roberts?
We're going to fucking October 10th, 1999 in Casino Magic, Heroes of Wrestling.
Oh, God. Induct the whole fucking pay-per-view.
It is.
That thing's a goddamn nightmare. Kyle, you don't know this, but when we did one of our, I told Aaron, but I don't think I told you. When we did one of our pay-per-view review, like, pick a number, see which pay-per-view we're... You guys were so close to reviewing that pay-per-view because I had it on a list once.
Oh.
That thing was fucking terrible.
Is it on YouTube?
Yes, it is. The whole thing is.
We're going to review it next week.
Oh, boy. Well, then, if we're going to review if we're going to review... Yeah, boy!
Yeah, boy!
If we're going to review that on the... If we're going to...
Guess was everything around me, boy.
If we're going to review that on the next episode, I guess we won't talk too much about it.
No.
But it definitely it deserves an induction into this Hall of Shame. It was definitely a first ballot Hall of Shamer. It is the Heroes of Wrestling. Was it Heroes of Wrestling pay-per-view or Heroes and Legends of Wrestling pay-per-view?
Heroes of Wrestling.
Yes. God fucking
Heroes
awful.
of Legends is cool.
Yes. That pay-per-view was god-awful. God-awful.
Well, I've made an executive decision, and we're reviewing it next week.
So
that's
means
the whole thing.
We won't comment too much more on that then. So yes, we will be reviewing the Heroes of Wrestling pay-per-view on the next edition of the show, so stay tuned for that fucking garbage, ladies and gentlemen. But my next induction is another Angle being inducted into the We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame. And it is 2004's god-awful Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon angle, leading to No Mercy 2004.
Oh. So fucking bad.
It's uncomfortable is what it is. Like, as a father of a daughter, it just, I don't know, the whole thing is just uncomfortable to me. Like, I can't even watch it. Like, I don't know, it's just, you know, he's like, you're an ungrateful little bitch. Which is funny. But, and, you know, Vince choking Stephanie out with the pipe, and, I mean, it's just bad. Just bad stuff.
When he started choking her, it should have been like, bow, 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 bow.
So I don't know how much there is to actually talk about that, but I definitely wanted to induct that because that's one of my least favorite wrestling angles ever. Is that whole deal. I just thought it was hot garbage.
It is hot garbage.
Aaron?
I'm up next.
Do you have anything on that one? Like anything to add to that?
No. Sucked.
That and Stephanie had that terrible bang haircut at the time too, where she had the little bangs. But anyway, yeah, the Vince Stephanie
Stephanie McMahon though is an underrated, like, good-looking woman.
Yeah, well, and she's an underrated performer. Like I said,
we talked about that last week. Right?
Yeah, she's one of the best heels ever. As far as
I'm just saying, like, you know, because I was just talking to somebody, a buddy of mine, a while back about, like, you know, like good-looking women in wrestling, and Stephanie McMahon's a good-looking woman.
Yep. Well, she was she's especially a hot bad girl, if that makes sense.
Okay. She's just a hot whatever girl.
Well, I'm just saying, like, her persona, like when she went bad with Triple H and everything, it was like, ooh, she's a pretty fine looking bad girl. Anyway. Aaron, your next induction?
We're gonna bring to the stage Ole Anderson. Let's wheel him up here.
He's gonna bitch all the way up too.
Yeah, I love Ole Anderson, man.
What do they got all these nice lights for? That's not professional wrestling. In my day, we wrestled on dirt.
Okay, Ole Anderson's great because he's grumpy all the time, and he shouldn't even be. Like, you can be an asshole and grumpy as long as you're funny.
Ole Anderson is the Oscar the Grouch of professional wrestling.
And I'm okay with it because it's funny. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can be a dick as long as it's funny. Like that. Like, one of my favorite things is when Jim Cornette talks about him walking in, like, that Alabama territory or whatever, and he's like, "You guys got to stop it." We got to stop what? All of it.
All of it.
Stop.
Just stop.
This is done. Yeah, like, you can be an asshole, but just be a funny asshole. And that's what Ole Anderson is to me. But anyway, Ole Anderson is bringing to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, the Black Scorpion.
Oh.
Do you remember? The Black Scorpion was snake bit from the beginning because they started a storyline that they literally had no conclusion to it. They didn't even know what the fuck the end was going to be. Like,
it was supposed to be Al Perez.
But no, but I'm saying they didn't know that even when they started. They just started it, and then they were like, well, it could be Al Perez. It could be the Angel of Death. It could be
the Ultimate Warrior.
PN News. Which, if it was PN News, it would have been like,
Yo, baby, yo.
Sting.
Sting.
Do you remember?
Yo, baby, yo.
Do you remember Yo, Baby, Yo? Do you remember Cannonball Grizzly? No.
I don't remember him. I remember Cannonball Run.
It was a good
Funny
movie.
movie.
No, are you Dom DeLuise?
I remember Grizzly Adams. I even remember Grizzly Smith.
Cannonball Grizzly Smith. But anyway,
he drives the car real fast and rapes 10-year-olds.
So back to the Black Scorpion. It was ludicrous. Like when they did the whole magic thing.
Yeah, like he turned like a ring hand, like a stage hand, into like a Bengal tiger.
Well, and the craziest thing about, or I guess the most, what do I want to say, ludicrous thing about that is he's supposedly snatching up a stagehand, but then he snatches up that stagehand and the guy performs like he's in like a Vegas show, like the stage, like his animated responses to everything and stuff. Like it's just so stupid. And then
it ruins thing.
And in the end, it's like, who is it? Oh, it's Ric Flair, the guy he's already been feuding with for 3 years. What?
and then after that, Ric Flair has like an entire like 20-year run, and he does no magic. Like the only thing he's done is make kamikazes disappear.
That's funny. I never thought of that way. I never thought of it that way. Like
Ric Flair never did.
Why didn't magic become part of Ric Flair's gimmick? Like he pulls a rabbit out of a hat and he's like, woo.
Oh, he wouldn't be pulling a rabbit out of the hat. He'd be pulling his dick out of the hat.
Dick in the box. Dick in the hat.
Yeah. And like, yeah, like why didn't Flair do any more magic tricks?
Ric Flair in a top hat.
Woo!
Do you remember the rabbit out of the hat?
Just, like Flair never did any more magic.
The Black Scorpion, the newest inductee into the We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame. Kyle?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember? Sorry. Do you remember what your next inductee is to the Hall of Shame?
Oh, yes, and he is a fucktard among fucktards. And actually, on the way getting to the ring or the stage, he actually got fucking taken out with a fucking steel chair by Jim Cornette. And it is the one and the only Vince fucktard Russo.
No, Vince Russo. You know, it's funny because this one I'm of two minds on. And this hear me out, okay? Because I would induct Vince Russo into the Hall of Shame based on WCW. Because as far as the WWF goes, I think that it's funny because he helped progress wrestling. He was one of the people that helped push Vince McMahon forward into his presentation of wrestling. Now, and the beginnings of it, like 97, 98, Vince Russo was part of a group of people with Vince McMahon's edit that produced some great stuff. Now, 99 is a different story. 99, you can tell his influence is way too high on Vince McMahon, and that's why 99 to me is one of the worst years in the WWF. But that WCW shit, when he didn't have that Vince McMahon filter, it is a fucking train wreck. Like, it's almost something you watch to watch a train wreck happen. It's not good, but you can't stop watching it because it's just every week it's just worse and worse and worse, and it's just God mercifully kill this thing, and luckily they did. But yeah, Vince Russo, like I said, I
there's a few funny glimmers in there, you know.
Some little things. I mean, there are little things.
Like, I don't like Vince Russo, and it's not even so much like something that he came up like. It was more the talent making it funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've said this before, but like watching Scott Hall fucking double dribble or whatever, and then slam the TV title in the garbage can. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. God damn, that cracked me up. It's so funny.
So yeah, like I mean, I
when
think
he said that he told Paul Orndorff to get his Howie Long haircut ass out of his office.
Take your Howie Long haircut.
Get the fuck out of my office or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
But, Kyle, I wasn't trying to, like, hardcore debate you on it, but do you see what I'm saying about how I definitely would induct Vince Russo's WCW into the Hall of Shame, but maybe not his WWF work?
Well,
just because, like I said, in the WWF, he was for the most part, he was part of a group of people with Vince
shut him down.
Yeah, and with Vince McMahon as an editor, and he did help to push Vince to change the monotone, boring product that the WWF had kind of become. But I absolutely agree with you that he deserves to be in the Hall of Shame because on his own, without that around him, without just being part of the idea and being the whole idea, that guy was too much.
Yep.
How about Meng versus Medusa? How about no, Vince? You know, like, what the fuck? And here's the great part, bro. Medusa goes over. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking dillweed.
And then it turns out she's got a dick. What's that do with the storyline? She's got a dick.
It worked in the WWF. No, it didn't, Vince. It really didn't.
Oh, shit.
We're going to bring in the cold bass. All right, so the next one, my next inductee, I may have sour grapes about this because I was such a big fan of the original team. But what kind of hot garbage was the new and improved Rockers?
There wasn't.
I thought you were going to say Midnight Express.
The worst part about the new and improved Rockers is, on their own, I like Marty Jannetty and I like Al Snow. But as a team, as the new and improved Rockers, that was... if it would have been Marty Jannetty and Al Snow as a new tag team, it maybe would have worked. You know what I mean? Just don't even go with the Rockers thing. But as the new and improved Rockers, the original Rockers were so good, fucking stop it. So it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks.
In professional wrestling, it is the death nail if you put new
in front of anything.
In front of anything, and it is like the cinder block or concrete goddamn shoes thrown into fucking Lake Erie. If you put new and improved in front of
yeah.
They're going to be like, no, it's not.
And that just did not work. Yeah, like I said, it sucks that I mean, it doesn't suck. It's just a podcast and whatever.
Like, something other than Jack that when you put new in front of it, it was good.
But Marty and Al, Marty and Al, sound like a couple of guys up the street. Marty Jannetty and Al Snow.
Bodyguard, you can be my long lost pal.
I can call you Marty. And Marty, when you call me, you can call me.
Call me Al. You can call me Al.
Or Leaf.
I'm a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, like it sucked for me to have to put these guys on the list because, again, as individuals, I am an Al Snow fan and I am a Marty Jannetty fan. But together, they deserve to be in the Hall of Shame, and it's not their fault; it's Vince's fault. So,
you can call me Marty.
Ah, shit. So, Aaron,
Rockers.
Aaron, who is your last inductee into this class?
2.
Oh, you had 6?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I only had 5. So I
put a celebrity. I got the celebrity.
Who's your next inductee into the Hall of Shame?
Do you want my celebrity wing Hall of Fame person, and then we'll do the main event?
Sure.
Because Nate, you have one more left.
Yes.
Kyle, you have one more left.
Yep.
Okay. Well, this is the celebrity. This is the first celebrity inductee into the We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame, and we're gonna bring our inductor up. Come up on the stage, Kurtwood Smith. Here's our inductor, Kurtwood Smith. Come on up, buddy. And here's our celebrity. It's RoboCop.
Woo, lordy! And it wasn't even Peter.
Nobody knows who Kurtwood Smith is.
It wasn't even Peter Weller.
No, if anybody knows who Kurtwood Smith is, this is Red from that 70s show.
Yes.
He played the main heel in RoboCop.
Yes.
I thought that would get a bigger laugh, but RoboCop was fucking terrible
at WCW.
Yeah, not the movie.
No, the first RoboCop movie is the stuff of legend. It's fucking amazing. It's one of the best movies ever. RoboCop
2 is great.
Yeah, RoboCop 1 and 2 are 2 of the best movies ever made.
And then in RoboCop 3 is like flying.
It's like, well, no, RoboCop 3 is like, RoboCop has a heart. RoboCop 3, the buddy cop movie.
It's fucking terrible.
But anyway, yes, RoboCop and WCW. What a bunch of fucking bullshit.
And Gordon Soley has to like talk about it.
Stand in that foggy room.
Yeah, and you're watching that. You're like, oh my god.
That's right, JR. RoboCop. RoboCop is here.
Yeah, it's just fucking terrible.
He's literally wearing a silver mask.
It was just... So let's welcome RoboCop into the celebrity wing. The Hall of Shame.
The Motor City Madman, RoboCop, into the Hall of Shame. God.
Celebrity class.
Yes. Kyle?
Yes, sir.
Your final inductee into this first inaugural edition. I'm not saying annual edition because that would mean we're only doing it once a year, and quite frankly, we just do shit by the seat of our pants here. So we might...
also not. I hate when people say first annual.
Yeah,
that's not a thing.
It means there's guaranteed to be another one.
Well, no, annual means it's happened more than once.
Yes.
Like something can't be the first annual.
That's why I don't like it when the WWE uses the word anniversary because they get it wrong.
Yep.
Like WrestleMania 25 was not the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania. WrestleMania 26 was the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania. But anyway. Kyle?
My main event for the bullshit backyard wrestling that they helped fucking create, and honestly promote, to the fact that fuck these guys because they're just fucking horrible people and I fucking hate them, and anybody that's associated with them can go fuck themselves and rot in hell.
Whew.
But the ICP.
Ugh. There is only one good ICP moment in wrestling, and it's unintentional.
When Mike Awesome dropped him off the bus.
When that fat fuck slides off the roof of that bus, that's funny. But it wasn't intentional. Yeah, ICP should have stayed as far away from a wrestling ring as they possibly... Have you ever taken the time, and I have, when I was drunk enough and had enough time on my hands, have you ever taken the time to watch any Juggalo Championship Wrestling?
No.
I have. It is...
Why?
Because sometimes some people want to watch the world burn.
Yeah, sometimes people want to slam their dick in a fucking pussy, but I still don't do that.
Me neither. Anyway, no, it is the hottest of hot garbage. It's fucking awful. It is awful. It's...
Fucking garbage.
The best thing to ever come out of ICP is, first of all, that fat fuck sliding off the bus. Secondly, it is kind of humorous, the music WWE uses for the oddities on the network.
Terrible.
That
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible.
It's funny, though. But yes, yeah. ICP, and you know what's funny? They were in every promotion. Like, every promotion used them. I don't understand their cultural significance, and I don't understand why they were such a big deal. Because to me, when I think of ICP, I think everybody that likes ICP probably lives in a trailer with no air conditioning. That's what I picture, is people in a trailer, living in a trailer that doesn't have air conditioning.
Look, all I know is that if anybody that's listening to us has looked at our fucking Facebook page, you've seen the fucking jackass jumping into goddamn barbed wire, and he's a fucking juggalo, and that right there is all you need to say about fucking juggalos.
Oh, that fucking guy! That fucking guy. What's his signature phrase? He has that. Huh?
He goes like "whoop whoop" or whatever.
No, that's that.
This is for the juggalos, or whatever. Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh God. ICP definitely deserves that induction. Welcome to the Hall of Shame, ICP. You fucking no talent hacks. All right.
We gotta pause.
So that's RoboCop. In a nutshell. How did I get into this nutshell? So, my next inductee into the first ever We Can't Wrestle Hall of Fame is a man by the name of William Adolph Dannenhauer Jr.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
I know. But that's his name. William Adolph Dannenhauer Jr., otherwise known as Dave fucking Sullivan.
Oh.
Dave Sullivan.
Oh, no.
There was no good incarnation of Dave Sullivan. That guy sucked ass.
Oh, no.
Yes. Oh, you say, oh, no. Oh, yes. Dave Sullivan, the Equalizer, etc., etc. I want to be a Hulkamaniac. I want to be like the Hulkster. Dave Sullivan. There it is. Turn that shit off.
I can sure tell you how to stay on track if you get a train, say your prayers, eat your vitamins too. These are all things that the maniacs do. Positive thoughts and positive deeds. These are the things that make succeed. Always be good to your family.
Dave Sullivan. I've never seen a Dave Sullivan match I liked. I've never seen a Dave Sullivan promo I liked. Or the Equalizer. Whatever the fuck his gimmick was. That guy
They
sucked.
killed his fucking rabbit.
What?
I'm glad they killed his fucking rabbit.
That guy fucking sucked. I don't think I'm going to get any contention here on that fact.
Nope.
Like, one of the worst matches I've ever seen in my life, is, I don't even remember what pay-per-view it was. It was a 94 or 95 WCW pay-per-view. His match with Kevin Sullivan is fucking horrible.
These are some of the ring names he went by.
Okay.
Other than Dave Sullivan, there was Captain Ron.
Captain Ron.
The Equalizer, obviously. American Hawkwind.
What the fuck is
American
what the
Hawkwind?
fuck is an American Hawkwind?
I don't know. And then Zachy D.
Zachy D. Okay. Well, since I never explored any more of his career, I don't know what American Hawkwind or Zachy D were, but I do know that the craziest thing is the dude trained under Len Denton, who was a good wrestler. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. But yeah, Dave Sullivan, definitely my inductee into the Hall of Shame. One of the great big shit stains on professional wrestling, quite frankly. Does anybody have anything to add to that?
Now,
The memories you've blocked of Dave Sullivan?
I remember that they did like an outside altercation with him and DDP, and when they were like slugging each other, they added sound effects to it like a movie. And I think Big Bubba Rogers killed his rabbit.
I believe you're right. And you know what? He deserved to have his rabbit killed.
So from what I gather from that is that Ray Traylor was a really good guy, except when it came to animals. Because he killed a retarded guy's rabbit, and then he fed another guy's dog.
Hey, listen to this. I'm looking at his Wikipedia page now. When he retired from professional wrestling due to the cumulative impact of injuries sustained in his football and wrestling careers, I can't believe he had any injuries in any of those matches, he relocated to Bentonville, Arkansas, where he worked for Walmart as a fitness trainer.
Well, he was really bad at his job there, too. I get wind going up steps.
Good job, Dave Sullivan, you fuck.
I've had to put spells before when I go up the stair step ladder. I'm like, I need a break.
So yeah, there's my final inductee, Dave Sullivan, to the We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. So Aaron, you are the main event of the evening.
Right. The last inductee into the We Can't Wrestle inaugural class Hall of Shame is TNA.
That's the whole promotion, right? That is the main event. You inducted a whole promotion.
Yep. TNA.
And you even hit him with a Jeff Farmer yep.
And here to induct them is fucking Jeff Jarrett. Get your ass up here, Jeff. TNA's garbage.
Is there any TNA after 2000 and maybe 2004 that is any good?
No.
There's not any TNA before 2004 that's any good.
Well, no. I mean, the early days, the early pay-per-views are fun to watch. And, I mean, they did some cool...
No. The only thing they ever did that was any kind of entertaining was when that little midget pulled the gun and Jeff Jarrett hit him with the guitar. That was entertaining.
No, the early X Division stuff was good.
It was good. But, like...
But no, I know what you're saying, though. Like, on the whole, as a promotion, woof. I mean...
Their inaugural pay-per-view, when they're going to have their battle royal to declare their champion, Scott Hall comes out and says, Battle Royal to declare champion? This is stupid. And Jeff Jarrett's like, haha, yeah, this is stupid. Like, they're calling their main event fucking stupid.
It's an anomaly in wrestling, too, because it's amazing. Like, all these years later, the fucking thing is still alive. Like... I mean, I haven't watched it in almost 10 years, but it's still there. It's still out there. Of all the promotions that have failed and gone under, and, you know, TNA is still around. I mean, it's not called TNA anymore, but the promotion itself is still there. And, I mean, I think they just killed somebody in some alternate universe or something, which tells you everything you need to know about Impact Wrestling. I don't watch it, so I don't know what the whole...
they've done good, okay, was the midget with the gun, and Jeff Jarrett hit him with a guitar. The X Division, for the most part, and the Broken Universe.
Yeah, which wasn't even their deal. They were just letting Matt Hardy do that on their television show.
Yeah, that was just Matt Hardy and Jeremy Borash being creative. That's the only things they've ever done good.
I'll agree with that. Kyle?
I agree with that, too.
So there you are, TNA. The main event induction in the inaugural We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame. And the confetti blows out, and then nobody in the audience gets their parking validated. Dink's looking for hookers.
Dink, Buzz Stern, Verbatim Room 3, stay behind and clean up the confetti.
Virgil will do it for $20. Oh, God. All right. Well, that was fun. And we will definitely have more inductees in the future into the We Can't Wrestle Hall of Shame. Now, one of the inductees has become an entire show, as next week we will be reviewing the Heroes of Wrestling pay-per-view from 1999.
I'm going to take integral notes.
God, I hope you can. I hope you make it through it.
I'll make through. And then I want you guys to think of 3 other numbers that you didn't already use, and we'll review those people from the 1992 PWI 500.
Sounds good.
Just I thought that was nice.
Sorry. With that being said...
What are you, Gilbert?
Wait a minute, I tell you.
You want to hit good, all right.
Gilbert, so funny. Sorry. Thanks.
That is it for this edition of the We Can't Wrestle podcast. Kyle, anything to say to our listeners? What'd you say?
He said, "Fuck the IPC." IPC.
Oh.
ICP.
He went. Kyle just went like Iron Sheik, like a fuck the ICP. Fucking bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
Fuck the Ted DiBiase.
Fuck the Juggalos, fuck the ICP, fuck clowns, fuck them all.
Fago sucks.
Well, on that note, I will invite each and every one of you to join our Facebook group, the We Can't Wrestle Facebook group. Like our Facebook page.
Unless you're a Juggalo.
Unless you're a Juggalo, then you're banned.
Because you got herpes and crabs.
And you live in a trailer with no air conditioning.
And you drink Fago. What the fuck's wrong with you? Buy brand name pop. God damn it.
Shopping to save a lot.
We enjoy your participation in the Facebook group and the Facebook page. And other than that, we're going to sign off. Like I said, next time around it will be the Heroes of Wrestling pay-per-view from 1999, and I assure you, this thing is a hot piece of garbage. Look it up on the YouTubes and review it along with us as you listen next time around, and we'll see you then.
Aaron?
What?
Give us the Bobby Heenan quote of the week.
Oh, you just put me on the spot. Why did you do that? I don't want to find the bushwhackers.
This one, the firefighter? This is a firefighter?
They had 9 months, and the best they came up with was Bruce.
How long you been married?
21 years. You know, if you would have killed her on your wedding night, you'd be out by now.